Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. A little bit of a new type video here. I'm going to try and share a tip for you in about a minute. So we're going to touch on exposure compensation in this video and let you know exactly what that is. If you do like these type of videos, let me know in the comments. We'll do more. But let's jump into it so we can keep this as close to a minute as possible. When you are shooting with your camera outside of a mode than auto, so if you're in like a shutter priority or aperture priority, your camera will still use its built-in exposure meter to expose the scene or the light correctly. Now, from time to time, what happens is the camera doesn't do it properly. Ideally, most of the time, 99% of the time, it seems like it does expose properly for the image, but what will happen if there's a really bright scene or a really dark scene, you may have to adjust the exposure compensation yourself. Now, in order to do that, there is a few different ways to do it. I'm filming this on a Fuji X-T4, and there is a exposure compensation dial, much like this camera, which is a Sony a7 II. On the right-hand side, there's a dial with some plus and minus that you can turn. And you can turn the exposure compensation up or down. Now, in a mirrorless camera like this, when you're looking through the viewfinder or looking at the back of the screen, if you're adjusting the knob for your exposure, you will actually see it changing on the screen. So it will give you the best view and the actual view of what the picture is going to look like, so you get your exposure right. If you have an older style DSLR camera, this is a Nikon camera, you'll probably notice on your camera a little button somewhere. Every camera is a little bit different. That is like a plus and minus. If you hold that down, then you can use one of the thumb wheels to adjust your exposure compensation up and down that way in a DSLR camera. Now, the only thing about using a DSLR is if you're looking through the viewfinder and adjusting your exposure, you won't get the same view as like a live view looking through the viewfinder on a mirrorless camera. So you have to use your back screen, and you'll have to do a little bit more trial and error. Definitely easier to adjust your settings on a mirrorless camera. Hopefully you found this video useful. It's a quick one. If you have questions, let me know down in the comments, but that is a quick explanation of what exposure compensation is. Your camera might be a little bit different in terms of the settings, whether you have that button or the wheel, but most DSLR and mirrorless cameras will have that setting. If you did like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, but also subscribe to see more videos like this one. I don't think we did it in a minute, but thanks for joining me.